In today's video, I decided to move my ants to a new setup because their current test tube was getting very dirty. If you're wondering how I got this colony, check out this video, link in description. As you can see, from the 10 original queens, 2 survived and produced offspring. I will try to move the colony into this new clean setup. But before I can do that, I have to prepare their new home. This falcon tube has a cap which makes it a lot easier to close the setup, in comparison with the cotton used in the test tube setup. I first made some holes in the cap for ventilation, smaller than the ants of course. Next I added water to the falcon tube, just as in the original setup. I added some cotton as a barrier. To prevent air bubbles as much as possible, you should quickly push it into the water. But I ended up with a large air bubble anyway. So I tried to fill it up with water with a pipette. There was still a small air bubble left, but that doesn't really matter. I poured away the excess water and their new setup was finally ready. I removed the cotton from the old setup and connected the two tubes with some cotton. It was very handy that the ants didn't seem to care at all. I used an old desk lamp which produces lots of excess heat to heat up their enclosure slowly. In this way you can gently force the ants to move to another location. Quickly the ants started moving and noticing that something was wrong. Some of the ants already moved away from the heat, while other ants started to move some of the brood, but not yet far away from the heat. One of the queens finally started moving, but still remained close to the original location. One brave ant already started exploring the borders of their old world and came into contact with the new environment. One of the queens was moving away in the right direction, but the other queen was taking cover deeper in the cotton with some workers. That's why it's not really visible in this video. I really hope it will move in the other direction before it becomes too hot. Now the workers are really starting to relocate all the brood. And finally, there she is. The other queen joins the party at the other side. What a relief. Come on guys, there's still some brood left, don't forget about it. Okay, the whole colony is now moved to the center of the test tube, which is a great start. It's time to move the heat source a little bit to the left, so they keep moving towards their new home. This time, one of the queens took the lead and went to a cooler location very fast. Some workers quickly joined her, while others were busy replacing the brood. More and more ants came closer to the edge. I really wonder which one will be the first explorer of the new world. The water in the test tube was even starting to evaporate in the old location. The colony managed to replace itself for a second time away from the heat. Let's move the light a little further to the left. Most of the colony was now situated at the edge of the test tube. Yes, here we have a first brave explorer of the new world. I hope she will spread the information to the rest of the colony. And sure enough, she did. More and more ants started to explore the new setup. But we really need the brood and queens to move to the new location. Only then we will be sure of a successful colony relocation. A few minutes later, one of the queens started picking up a smell coming from the new setup. She was hesitating to make the step, but she decided to wait for a little longer. Meanwhile, the workers were very busy moving the brood to their new setup. Does this mean they are finally relocating to it? The old test tube is almost completely empty. Only at the edge the two queens and some brood didn't move yet. After moving the light a little closer again, one of the queens finally made the jump. The other queen followed shortly after. At this point, all the brood was also relocated and the colony was successfully translocated to the falcon tube. Now I just had to be patient and wait until not a single ant was walking around in the old test tube. At this moment I quickly separated the two rolls, removed the cotton, making sure every ant was in the Falcon tube, and closed their new environment. The ants didn't seem to be harmed at all, and I gave them some honey to replenish all the energy they spent. I hope you enjoyed the video. I may give this colony away to one of my subscribers when I hit 1000 subs, so make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Thanks for watching and I see you next time.